So I'm back here at Lake Crossing. Today is Sunday afternoon, and I had an opportunity again to speak with Sheena and a couple of other people as it relates to what's going on at this particular complex. And I'm going to tell you something, people. This situation is far beyond the fire. There's so many repercussions as it relates to the problems that are existing. The problems that existed prior to this fire have now just been uncovered. There are people who did get a little bit of assistance from the Red Cross, but to be quite honest, it's not enough assistance. They need help, and they need help now.
There's nothing that's salvageable at all. And
Show me which one was your room and which one was your daughter's.
Well, my room is completely gone. It's nothing but air. So my room is nothing but air on this other side of this wall here. This balcony, I mean, hey, I can see the patio table and my daughter's bicycle and my planner. That's it. But my daughter's room, that's her window, that's her bed. Well, her dresser, actually. Her bed is on the other side. I see her mattress, you know.
So, Sheena, this is the day after, or a couple of days after the fire. And I don't know in that first interview if I was clear in telling people that that was your apartment. And I say was because it's no longer an apartment anymore.
Right.
All your belongings are there. And as I look, I don't see anything that's salvageable at all. Like, where are you at today with your life?
That's a great question. And I guess you would think that I would maybe have an answer, and I honestly still don't know. Just still in the midst of it. Mainly trying to figure out what the apartment complex is going to do. You know, this is where I didn't plan on, and I know things happen, but I didn't plan on this happening. So I don't plan on, you know, having to sleep in a car.
I want people to thoroughly understand how quickly this could have been a human tragedy
Yeah.
at a monumental aspect. Tell us, once you got the bang on the door, did you see the fire? Did you smell the smoke? How fast did you move, and how close were you to actually being affected where you could have been trapped?
Right. I think if we did not leave within maybe 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, we may have been affected as far as not able to come down the stairs, because I felt the heat from the apartment across right here as we opened the door and ran down. So I feel like it could have been tragic if our neighbor, Richard,
right,
you know, did not come banging on the door. And still, you know, that gives me chills because I was just sitting there doing my fingernails, you know, getting ready to put some press-ons, you know, give myself a pedicure, watching Coming to America. And next thing I know, I hear the loudest bang, like it startled me. I was at that moment, my mindset was just already gone. You know what I mean? And then I heard fire, 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 get out, get out. Like you're in the middle, you're in a calm state, heart rate, you know what I mean? It's settled, and then immediately it goes to 1,000.
How old is your daughter?
14.
And how old is your mom?
66.
Okay. So you have to deal with, because both of them were asleep at the time.
That is correct. See, my mother, she was just in visiting. So she was just passing through. She was going to spend the night and head to Alabama.
Wow. So
Yeah.
she was just here visiting.
Just for a night.
And this is what happens on her visit?
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. So my daughter was sleeping, preparing, you know, ready for school the next day. My mother, she went ahead and went to sleep. Her goal was to get up early the next morning and go ahead and hit the road to Alabama. And I typically was just going to decompress. As you said, I just got off. And eventually after I, you know, did some self-care, I was going to drift to sleep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then this happens.
Exactly.
I kind of got frustrated because my son, he was hungry. And he kept saying, Mama, I'm hungry. And he'll, wait a minute, Mama, I'm hungry. And I kept telling him, hold on, wait a minute. It's not a good feeling when you have a child that's constantly saying they're hungry, and you can't even go in the kitchen and fix them nothing to eat.
What occurred that night for you?
That night, I remember one of my neighbors screaming and hollering, beating on our door, telling us to come out because it's a fire. When I immediately ran out, the fire was at this unit. I went back in pretty much just to get my cats. And as I went back in to get my cats, I immediately just ran back out the door and left the door open for the cats to be able to come out. When I made it back to my hallway to exit, it was fire coming down my hallway. That's how fast. It wasn't minutes for me.
It was seconds.
It was seconds. I went in, screamed for them to come out, grabbed my purse, my phone, ran back out the door, and fire was coming down the top of part of my hallway, fast.
Tell us the mindset of your 14-year-old daughter and then your mom being asleep and then being awakened, and now you're dealing with something that's changing everybody's life.
Right. Well, for my daughter, it was really tough. It was really, really tough. Definitely had to be strong for her. As soon as we got to the other side of the apartment complex across the street, she was just crying, like boohoo crying, hyperventilating. I had to calm her down. There was a couple people that, tried to, walk her and, calm her down. She was traumatized. She was traumatized. It was in the middle of her sleep and she's not sure what's going on, and she just sees her stuff burning, her apartment complex burning.
This right here, I don't know which way to go. I don't know where to start at. I don't know what to do. Now, it's one thing when you're a person that help everybody, because my friend, she lost her house 8 years ago. It was totally different than now. Red Cross put her in a hotel. I asked them, because I remember, I asked them, I said, do you all, would you all put us in a hotel? They said they don't do that anymore because when they realize that it's someone from Red Cross and is dealing with fire, that they charge all of the Red Cross victims the $250 is what I was told.
So the hotels play the game of going up on the price because they know the Red Cross is going to pay for it.
And they also told me if I decided to go in, don't tell them on my own. Do not tell them that I am recovered from a fire, because they would charge me as well.
I feel for them.
But they
they were in
taking
a
up.
fire. They lost
She's,
everything, and
the
if
Air
I
Force,
can help, I
they
do.
supposed to be
I
coming.
help. Like I just love helping.
She coming back. My
I'm a
son,
nurse, and
he's
I
8.
do nursing, and I just
And pretty much everybody from
I
school
just
trying
feel
to buy him
heartbroken.
That's good. That's good. It's a little bit of relief, right?
stuff. Right. Just get him.
You're going to hear some of the stories that I've been hearing over the past couple of days, and there are several others who we're going to bring to you. I know that these type of fires happen all the time, and there's all kinds of assistance, but we literally have people sleeping in their cars because they have nowhere else to go. No one expects to move into a situation and have an immediate fire and lose everything. Nobody expects that, but yet there are many people that are dealing with that today. And with all of the money that circulates in Metro Atlanta, with all this celebrity money, we need to be doing something to help raise funds for these folks. So let's get on these GoFundMes and get some money going so that these people can have a decent life until they can figure out their next step.
If there's any assistance that can be given to help us in any type of way, if it's rental assistance, if it's cash, clothes, donating, anything, I'm pretty sure me along with everyone else would be grateful for the support, the help, and concerns. And I know I would be gladly appreciative, because right now I'm sitting in my 19-year-old daughter clothes, and it's kind of awkward for me, but at least I have on clothes, having to squeeze into them, but I have on clothes. So anything that can be donated to help me along with my neighbors, I would gladly appreciate it. Any donations.